Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
My name is Eric,
This is Matt.
and we're gonna be playing a Feudal Japan game where you fight demons and
Always with this fantastic gag.
well, the thing is, last time what had happened was you might notice some discrepancies in my health and my spirits and stuff, or my amount of souls. We played a good hour of this before I realized that I forgot to record.
That's right.
And so what I did was, sorry, go ahead.
Eric, you might need to start SharePlay.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll do that so Matt can see what we're doing. Sorry. So what I went ahead and did was I restarted the game from the beginning, and I played up to roughly the point where we left off last time. Because the thing is, I saved over that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all caught up, but obviously, like in a game where you get any sort of experience,
there's going to be some discrepancies.
So did you get a?
Yeah, joining now.
Okay. So a couple of things I did slightly differently is, I did a little more grinding to earn a few more souls, just so we can avoid more grinding while recording. And then those cryptic language boxes, I unlocked them from memory.
Ah, very nice.
So I have a little more health now.
You're getting to the point where this may wind up like a RE1 situation where you can go on to memorize the puzzles for the game, because I do know that back when we did RE1 you had pretty much no issues with the puzzles there.
Yeah, I don't know if I know this game that well, but the beginning of it at least is way more familiar to me. So I think we did open this door last time before ending the first playthrough, but I don't remember if we did, so we're going to go ahead and do that now.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, I think we did. I feel like this looks vaguely familiar. I mean, I've played this game before, so it's going to look familiar. So I've been watching, have you ever watched Electric Playground?
Oh God, I believe that I caught a couple of episodes, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I used to watch it like in the late '90s, early 2000. Oh, okay. So this is the area that I need to go to after I collect all 3 weapons. So yeah, this is like, I think probably end game ish.
Okay, so you just need to come back here once you beat that third boss again to get the dual blade.
I think so. I don't remember exactly what's beyond it, but I know that when I get that third weapon, that's definitely not even close to being at the end of the game. So I don't quite remember what the situation is. Anyway, so I've been and so they uploaded like old episodes of Electric Playground from like 90s and 2000s. Online, so I've been watching those, and yesterday, the latest episode they uploaded, they reviewed Onimusha.
Oh, nice, right on.
Yeah, they gave it a 7.5.
Hey, it's pretty good.
Yeah, they could not stand the tank controls.
Well, quite a few people can't. Like, for some people, it's a source of a comfort. Like, if you grew up with a RE1, 2, and 3, then it's a point of it's a point of a comfort. Like I said, primarily. But if you missed those games plus Onimusha, then really, what else was there?
Yeah, but
to get used to
but this is Victor Lucas we're talking about. Get good, Victor. But yeah, a couple of the criticisms were obviously like exaggerated. Like they're talking about being cornered by an enemy and not knowing which way you're facing. Like you can lock on. But yeah, it was just funny that I'm playing through it now, and I happened to be on an episode that reviewed it back when it was new.
Yeah,
it was kind of amusing.
Maybe the PS2 version's lock on was a little bit more jank or something.
No, it's fine. They probably just forgot to lock on because, like, I mean, it's the same thing as like if you think of Resident Evil, where you have to push R1 to aim and then shoot. In this case, if you push square, you slash regardless. You don't have to lock on. So if they forgot that you could, they might have just forgotten that feature was there, because you can still play the game fully and fight enemies without locking on.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right, so we are going to enhance our fire orb to open that there door. So in all our awesome enhancing capabilities, you might notice we can also enhance our arrows.
We certainly can.
From regular arrows to fire arrows, which are significantly more powerful, obviously. Now, as far as I can remember, this is a finite resource in this game, like health.
Ooh.
So,
gotcha.
like, enemies aren't just going to be dropping arrows for you left and right. So make them count. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much should only be using the bow if there is like a enemy high above and it's being a huge pest.
Right. So how is Legend of Dragoon?
Wait. How do you know I've been playing that again?
Well, when I went to the party menu to join your party, I noticed that that was your activity.
Oh, that is creepy because I'm playing that on my Vita.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, your accounts do link with your Vita too.
Right.
I noticed you were playing that when I saw your party status. Yeah.
So we last time we went through this part where I forgot to record was the trap section. For our wonderful audiences, basically, we need to solve a bunch of puzzles to get out of it. We must find a way out. Where you basically have to switch between partners to solve these puzzles. Nothing too complicated. So I've played a bit of Legend of Dragoon in the past, but I've never. I think I may have gotten past disc 2, but that's about as far as I got. So,
are you at the point where the gang starts searching a ghost ship?
No, I'm still fairly early on in this newest playthrough. I'm basically at the part where just where Dart had unlocked his Dragoon abilities.
Gotcha. Yeah. Because I had dropped Legend of Dragoon back when I was younger. Not because the game itself is bad. Like I thought it was a really tight RPG, but back at the time, I just lost interest in playing it. But I would like to pick it up sometime because that is a PS1 classic as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's honestly like the funny thing is, as popular as the Final Fantasy games were, like not a lot of RPGs in that era had the budget to reach that caliber of production.
Oh yeah.
And this was like Sony's attempt to do that, I think, which was pretty successful, like quality-wise. I mean, the first time I played it was actually on a PS1 demo disc.
I gotcha.
So just to recap for our viewers, basically the way that these lines point is where the spikes are going to show up. So like if I step on this one on the left here, Semenosuke is dead. We don't want that.
We can't let our hero die yet.
No, This is not.
This is a pretty interesting concept for a trap room, though.
Yeah. There we go. And also, as you may notice, I got some fancy new armor, which increases my defense and makes Semenosuke look all golden and
very stylish.
yes, he's sporting the scorpion look.
Now, Eric, let's see if you can get this tile puzzle under pressure once again.
Fucking tile puzzles. What were we talking about a second ago?
Legend of Odrigan.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I think they pretty much succeeded in matching that production quality of Final Fantasy games. Because as big as JRPGs were on the PS1, like I noticed a lot of them were much simpler, like Wild Arms and stuff still utilized a lot of like 2D sprites and tiles and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. I've actually been thinking about this quite a bit recently. Something that occurred to me is the 64-bit era and where I stand on it. And overall, I do know that the love for the N64 is huge and abundant, and Majora's Mask is one of my favorite games. But overall, I would have to say that the products put out on the PS1 more often than not were what I wound up liking more. So that whole generation was a tight race, but I do think that I feel that the PS1 won that. The controller in particular, the DualShock 1 was in my opinion massively better than the N64 controller, which I think is a bit of a piece of shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think people dealt with the N64 controller, but it really wasn't a very smart design in that like it forced you to choose between the D-pad and the analog stick.
Yeah, it was just kind of cumbersome, honestly.
What am I doing?
I will let you focus and finish this.
It's okay. Holy shit! Oh wait. Okay, we good. Whew. That was. I think was that closer than last time?
I think a little bit
more climactic.
Now it's easy to get distracted because the PS1 versus the N64 is a good conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean the thing is like the PS1 already had a head start and bigger sales, so there was obviously more support for it, and apparently the N64 was harder to develop for as well. So it's just it is what it is. Considering how many other like total failures that generation endured between like Atari Jaguar and 3DO and to a slightly lesser extent the Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
The N64 did valiantly.
Yeah. In the situation with the PS1, just also aligned with my interests quite a bit more because the platformers on the N64 were some of the best, and some of them were pretty great. But like, fuck, just a bunch of the stuff that I love in the modern era did get their start back with some of the great stuff with the PS1, like Symphony of the Night is a great example, which I didn't play much of back when I first had a PS1, but I went back to play a bunch of classics later in my life, and the stuff that kicked off with that console was fantastic. I don't know if I've mentioned this to you before, but one of the reasons that I actually do love Symphony of the Night so much, the 3D era of gaming that kicked off with the 64-bit era. All the console developers, well, the game developers rather, that are rushed into 3D, wound up making products that aged much worse because they just wanted the novelty of having a 3D game as soon as possible, despite how polygonal and messy the product was. Whereas Konami, which was very smart at the time, decided to take all the power of a console that could render 3D, but just push it into sprite quality instead. And because of that, Symphony of the Night looks better than almost anything else put out and at that era.
Yeah, I mean, from a business perspective, I can understand that. Like 3D was the new thing, and people wanted to like capitalize on that, and I mean, the consumers did buy into that. So but and that's the thing. Like Symphony of the Night, even though that game is kind of popular, like there were so many 2D projects on the PS1 that never even got released in the West because of they were in 3D, so like on the other hand, I think
the fact that it was a Castlevania game was a huge point in its favor.
Yeah, probably. But like I'm saying is we missed out on a lot of stuff here because it wasn't 3D. So again, because I fucked up last time.
This weaselly looking fuck.
Yes, weaselly was the word of the vocabulary word of the day. This weaselly looking fuck ended up taking over Japan and invading Korea after Nobunaga died. After historically, after Samanosuke defeated Nobunaga,
Oh yes.
Farmers obey samurai and humans obey demons.
Oh man.
Now, where do you stand on that, you little Weasley bastard? He reminds me of like somebody from Dragon Ball, like somebody weaker.
Oh, like a Pilaf type, basically.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. One of the things that I think was kind of weird and interesting about Super, and it's something that I'm kind of glad that they did. Even if it was just for the people who grew up watching the original
before you continue, though, just keep in mind that I had not watched the final tournament saga yet. So.
Oh, you're not okay. Yeah. No. I'm not going to get into the tournament of a power. Okay. No. Just the fact that that Pilaf gets brought back for Super was, I thought, a really weird and interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's better than like if they're gonna have some comic relief characters, it may as well be somebody that people know.
Yeah, that's the best way to look at it. Yeah.
Plus, like, he has the OG Dragon Ball villain, right? So, like, he was the first, right? Wasn't he?
The very first Dragon Ball villain was, if you want to get technical, I believe that the very first Dragon Ball villain was Oolong.
But like the saga of the first saga, Pilaf was the main villain, wasn't he? Like where Goku originally transformed into the Great Ape, and I can't.
Yeah.
That was like the Pilaf saga, essentially, right?
Yeah. The first actual like a saga villain was a Pilaf, but the first minor villain was, I believe, Oolong. Yeah. No one would believe it in the present, but Oolong was once deemed a bit of a threat back when he first showed up. He tricked Goku and Bulma into believing that he was a giant monster because he could shapeshift, but it had no effect on his actual strength.
Yeah.
So he was just this big old weakling.
Well, Ulan was based on one of the original characters in the Journey to the West, right?
I believe that he was, yeah.
And in fact, Enslaved. Have you played Enslaved: Odyssey to the West?
No, I haven't. No.
It's like a super way futuristic, kind of fantasy game where like Earth has been kind of mostly destroyed and overgrown and stuff with vegetation, but it's based on Journey to the West. And they have a character in there who, first of all, the main character's name is Monkey.
Of course.
And he travels with a female companion, of course, and they do have a guy who becomes kind of their helper, who's resembling a pig quite a bit. So it's interesting how the Dragon Ball influences and stuff.
Yeah, the overall influence of a Journey to the West to the world of fiction as a whole is massive. Yeah, it's huge.
So I don't think this is going to be as climactic as last time because I'm way better off for Magic now, and last time it was pretty clutch, but
that was a clutch match.
So see, he's actually he's using the Whirlwind, which is the magic that you end up getting once you get his gem, right? So it's interesting to see that you get a preview of the thing that you're gonna use because he's wielding it at the moment.
It is a nice touch. And there goes that shield.
Yep. And there goes all my magic. And I don't like how slow that is. There you go.
Oh man, what is this? The Dark Souls of PS2 games?
Nope, not even close.
Man, I fucking hated that trend. That was terrible. Every single game journalist who I didn't know what else to say, but
this is the Dark Souls of blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's like a games being difficult wasn't a concept before Dark Souls.
Not for that generation, I guess.
Man, that was frustrating.
Journalist with the big air quotes, right?
Yeah,
there's Dr. Evil sitting there. Journalist.
Yeah, good old journalism. Yeah. No. There's not much point in dwelling on it because it's kind of beating a dead horse. But man, that was just a fucking annoying period of time.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Man, we're doing so much better for Magic this time around.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
If I already upgraded this one when I first got it. So obviously, folks who are watching, this is the fast, kind of weak crowd control type weapon. Whatever your play style is. Oh yeah, and then there's the kid. So after this, I think last time is where we didn't pay attention and we didn't know where the hell we were supposed to go. But now that I think about it, I guess it would be that area, right? with the 3 stones.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Perhaps not quite as endgame as we thought,
No,
or
no.
perhaps perhaps we're closer to the end than you are recalled.
Oh no, there's a big area coming up that we're gonna be getting through still. So maybe that's coming up now, or maybe that's if not, then yeah, we still have quite a bit to go. Actually, I think that 3 Stones area leads to a pretty cool place, so we'll find out shortly.
Sounds good.
So you were telling me how delighted you are about comparing things to Dark Souls.
Yes. No. There's not much point in continuing that train of thought. I just thought that whole trend was just total bullshit. It's
Yeah.
kind of got under the skin. The only reason why I'm dwelling on that so much right now is because I'm playing Cuphead right now, and I do believe that the initial journalist reports on that were calling that the Dark Souls of run and gun games,
Right.
which is
It's like, have you played Contra or
yeah.
any shmup ever?
Have
you played Ikaruga?
Dude, fucking Ikaruga. Okay, no, I can get to roughly the end of Contra 1, and I've beaten Super Z once. Fucking Ikaruga is fucking tough as nails. Yeah, that game is nuts. Now, with that being said, I have less experience with shmups than I do with run and guns, so that might be part of it. But
Right.
yeah, that game is hard.
How is Cuphead so far?
Cuphead is fucking excellent, dude.
I mean, I've seen the art and it's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah. Deciding to create a run and gun game based on 1930s cartoons was a really weird choice. But I'm so glad that studio MDHR decided to go forward with it, because this game is fantastic. It's easy to see just based on taking even like a glancing look at the game why the development cycle was so long. Because hand drawing every single one of those frames of boss animation must have been a huge pain in the ass. But it paid off beautifully. What else to say?
Yeah, I've seen a talk by the artist, and he talked about how he came up with the ideas and the kind of research he had to do for it, and it was, I think, as far as I know, mostly the one guy doing all the art.
Oh, jeez, man.
So this is a pretty important gate. So this is definitely we're definitely far from end game. We're only at the Infinity War now. See?
I see now. We are not yet in the end.
No, actually, this is more like Age of Ultron.
Oh. That's not so bad.
No, I mean like how
we're making progress.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so I mean, Cuphead was a very small team. I also went to a talk by one of the programmers for it, like in person at EJLX.
Oh, nice.
Not like one of the lead programmers, but like she talked about how indie that game actually is. Like, it was all done remotely. They didn't have a studio, like physical space, so like, yeah, it's way, like, from what I've seen, the presentation is way more robust than it had any right to be for an indie game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. They were practicing social distancing before it caught on.
Yeah, they're the social distancing hipsters. They did it before it was cool.
That's right. But I know though, yeah. Do you know? Well, you played a running games just as I have, so I'm sure that you're familiar with with this feeling, Eric. You know that feeling where you are monumentally fucking frustrated with a game, but it's not out of a sense of the product's poor quality. Like, it's not because of poor controls. It's just that you haven't gotten it down yet, and that frustrates you. But you know that you want to beat it, so you get that mindset of one more try, one more try, one more try, one more try, and it's frustrating the hell out of you, but you're still having a great time.
Well, not just with not just
that
with
feeling is Cuphead.
run and guns, right? Like that was my feeling for Castlevania 2 originally. Like it was like, the quality is so good, I don't want to give up on it.
Yeah. Castlevania 1's level of frustration is a pretty apt descriptor. I would say that overall, Cuphead is a even harder game than Castlevania 1. That might be because of how much time that I've spent playing Castlevania 1, but still, no, yeah, Cuphead's fucking brutal.
Hey guys, did you know that Matt likes Castlevania?
I do like Castlevania. That's a bit of a running gag for the channel now.
I love Castlevania, so like you're not gonna get any arguments from me.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, though, man, fucking Cuphead.
Now, the thing that that stayed a persistent source of frustration for me back in the day is that whole arcade design philosophy where, you know, you get like maybe 3 lives and 3 continues, and then you have to start over from the beginning. That's what I truly couldn't stand. Because like, it's like, okay, I've beaten the first level so many times that like I can do it with my eyes closed. I need more practice on the 4th level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that actually correlates quite well into what actually does go on with Cuphead bosses, because you have a total of 3 hits, 4 if you use a specific charm that boosts your health, but also drains your damage. I don't like to use that one because it inflates the fight to be longer than it needs to be for both you and for the enemy. So 3 hits, and that 3 hits until you die. It is carried over for every phase of the boss fight that you're currently doing. So I find myself getting through phase 1 and 2 pretty reliably, and I keep losing around the end of phase 2 or the start of phase 3. So I would like the chance to practice the final phase more. So I do know exactly what you're talking about for that, actually, because Cuphead has that too. Yeah.
Now, how does the checkpoint/saving system work in that game? Do you have to like repeat a whole level if you lose to a boss, or can you like start right from the boss pretty much, or?
That's a pretty good question, and that's something that I was about to mention here. Is the boss is the level?
Right. So it's one big boss rush, these games.
Close. The way that it works is there are a few run and gun levels. However, with that being said, there's less run and guns than there are boss fights. So you can walk through the overworld, then walk up to the actual level that you want to go to. There's a couple run and guns for each stage, but most of them are the boss fights, like I said. So that is something that you can do. When you die at a run and gun, you go right back to the start of the stage, and the same can be said for the boss fights too.
Okay. What did you get it for, by the way? What system?
So I originally bought it for PC shortly after that game came out, actually. However, I don't PC game very often, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. So since it's just been sitting on my Steam folder for the longest time, I just started thinking to myself, man, I really want to fucking play this game because it deserves the time. But I rarely boot up my laptop for that, so I just went and double dipped on it, and I bought it for Switch recently.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been playing that on the Switch now. Yeah.
What did I want to check? So this is our the 3 stones. Let's see what's down there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you want me to switch my weapon every time? See, I had to do this from the menu on the PS2.
And now it's nice and tight and convenient.
Yep. So, speaking of PCs,
yeah,
my new PC that I wanted to build is kind of dead in the water right now.
Oh shit! Really?
I literally tried everything, and I have no idea what's wrong with it. The only thing that I could think of is it's a faulty motherboard, because I even bought extra RAM just to make sure that the cards are compatible. Mm-hmm. So I have 2 different RAM cards from different companies. Power supply is supplying power. The processor is in pristine condition. I double checked it, made sure it's sitting in the right place. It doesn't want to boot up, so I'm gonna see if I can exchange the motherboard, and hopefully that helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, people here, a bit of advice: if you're gonna be building your own PC for the first time, make sure it's to upgrade something that already works and not as a replacement for something that keeps freezing. Because if you're out of luck, then you'll end up with no PC. I mean, I have my laptop, so at least there's that. So. Oh, there it is. So we've faced one of these guys before. Yeah, this is what they do. They stick their little tentacles in the ground and try to get you. But also, look what happens now. Oh, wait. What's that?
Now we got 2.
And
son of a bitch.
Yeah, they do that maybe at least twice. So now we got 4.
Jesus, man. But you can get that big super. Very nice.
They're not. Yeah, they're not super strong. They can just get annoying because they don't want to die. What are these?
Don't you hate it when you're trying to kill someone and then they're resisting really hard and you're like, hey man, you're making this really annoying. Just come on and die already.
You mean in video games, right?
Yeah. Of course. Oof, man. Sweating a little bit.
Oh, see, there's another one and it just got me from the ground. Now, if you stab them, they do die permanently, so...
But it is nice to show off the mechanic.
Yeah. So this is the underground lab, I guess, or whatever. Because it wouldn't be a Capcom Resident Evil clone without an underground lab.
No.
Although I guess, gotta say that aesthetically this is very different from Umbrella.
Oh, yes. Oh yeah.
Just a little. Okay, seriously, stop multiplying, you fucking gremlin. Who fed you after midnight? Who exposed you to water?
Man, I haven't seen Gremlins in fucking, I think 10 years now. I should watch it again.
You should. It's a mainstay for me. I rewatch it every few years. It taught me English, a lot of English.
Oh, nice. Right on.
So what is this? Oh, there we go. Now, what is that little bling piece of...
Well, I do have to say, That probably worked out very well then, because your English is actually better than that of quite a lot of people who were actually born.
You know what? I totally forgot they did that. Did you see that?
Try to disarm me?
Well, it can't disarm me, but it grabs my weapon and drags me close, basically. It does a little scorpion maneuver there. Oh, yeah, so that's what it does.
Crafty bitch.
So yeah, this is, can be a little bit of a pest, this enemy. Now, the thing about them is, like, they're not very armored, so if you start hitting them, they do recoil quite a bit, as you can see. They're kind of squishy.
So stun locking them is not too difficult, yeah.
No, it's when they multiply and then sneak up on you. That's now, what did I just get? This rosary. Oh, okay, so this is cool. So it's kind of a key item. Basically, like all those dead samurais that we've seen so far, we can now talk to their ghosts.
You can Bruce Willis it up just a bit. Yeah.
Mechanically, I would say it's more like oh shit, what are they called? The stones in Zelda. The stones in Zelda that if you have the Mask of Truth, you can talk to them. The Gossip Stones.
Yeah, the Gossip.
So mechanically, it's more like the Gossip. Oh.
Oh.
What is this? Mythology Sub-Zero?
No, we're done with that. We are quite done with that.
Well, we're not done with axe pendulums, apparently.
No. Oh man. Fucking Mythologies might actually be the cheesiest game we have played so far, and we've played RE1, which is the fucking king of cheese.
Yeah, we should finish the trilogy with Disruptor someday. Have you heard about Disruptor?
No, I don't even know what that is.
It was the first game ever developed by Insomniac. It's a first-person shooter, like in 1996. Oh, there we go. See, collected enough souls. My gauntlet is upgraded.
Slightly more demonic looking.
So guess what? Guess what I can do now?
What can you do?
I can overpower those soul sucker bastards.
Very nice.
So if they start trying to steal my loot, essentially, I think I'm strong enough now to steal it from them. And we also have
Eric.
Sorry.
I have a request to make. Can you please go back into the enhance menu for a second there?
Okay, let me actually just quickly check my the timer for SharePlay.
Yeah.
We got about 18 minutes. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. What's up?
For the next thing you upgraded, can you please upgrade Arashi, because the 1 pixel of a meter you accidentally put into that is getting my OCD pretty hard right now. So I'm not saying do it now, but when you can level something up, please do that next, because that's just gonna bug the hell out of me.
Okay, I'm gonna be nice and not put 1 pixel into each of these. As tempted as I am, I have to admit. But
yeah,
I'm not feeling that mean-spirited yet. And we also got a purification bell, so that's gonna open this door.
Yeah, some people get it worse than me, but that still is something that bugs me. Oh man! All right, let's get rid of this. Jeez, this door is metal as shit, man.
Yeah. So, Disruptor was 1996 or something like that, first-person shooter developed by Insomniac Games. It's a sci-fi style shooter, but yes, it's as was common for 1996. It's chock full of live-action FMVs with acting as cheesy as you would expect.
Oh man, that sounds terrible. Let's try it.
All right, what do we got? I don't quite remember where each door leads. Oh. Well, I know we need we need an upgraded Arashi, but mine is upgraded to level 2. So we could open that door, but why don't we see where the other doors lead? Oh my god, look at those. Look at that yield of souls.
Look at that nice little boost of souls.
I do hope that doesn't mean... No bosses here. White book. If you want to read up on all the lore of this game, that's what these books are. So we could open that door, but why don't we see where the other doors lead? Oh my god, look at those. Look, being subjugated by demons, so must kill all demons.
Humans are the virus. Oh, there we go. Man, that looks satisfying.
It is. It would be even more satisfying if that third guy was there and if this guy died, but that's okay. Ah, come on. What is this, hentai?
Yeah. Someone was gonna make the, someone was gonna do it.
Oh, come on. Okay, so I don't even know if I could block that, actually.
Oh, that's how they multiply. And I didn't even notice them actually get cut in two.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
it's spawn new legs. That's really cool.
Yeah, they grow out of they grow out all their missing limbs and stuff. So yeah, that is aesthetically very cool, mechanically super annoying.
Yes.
So and look, we have essentially the this game's equivalent of incubation capsules here with all these guys in there. What is this? The Tyrant?
This is, man, that would be a fucking terrible room to be in. One Tyrant was a huge problem.
There is a room kind of like this in the new Resident Evil 3 remake. Thankfully, the only thing that pops out of it are the hunters.
Oh, okay.
But half of the capsules in it are tyrants, so I was worried, like, when I first entered, I was like, oh shit, seriously?
Oh,
you sound like Hank Hill there. Oh!
That's what I was going for.
Oh, okay,
actually, so
well, you've succeeded.
Oh, pretty perfect.
I'll tell you what, you've succeeded.
Oh, Bobby.
That boy ain't right.
Bobby, what are all these Japanese demons doing around here?
Remember an episode where he was like, I saw Bobby playing a video game called Tomb Raider where he's a girl.
Was that actually something that happened?
Well, it was something he referenced in an episode. Like Bobby was like, it wasn't a big like plot point where Bobby was sitting there playing. It was just like, I guess, a point of contention for him about video games in general. Video games.
Video games where boys are playing the roles of women? Oh no.
Oh, see, there we go. The corpse there, see, has a little spirit above it. What do you got to say? That insane little man who reminds me of a monkey. He told me a secret before I died, but what was he talking about? He said it would suck away our souls. Was it a door? Or maybe a gate? Gee, couldn't be that
perhaps.
big... Ooh, almost finished with this. Couldn't be that big blue gate that I need a little crest for. Could.
The big old flesh door that was being held together by straps of flesh. Yeah.
So this file basically kind of referencing the demon's ultimate goal, what they're trying to do. They're trying to, basically sacrifice the princess, as you may expect.
What? No. Hang on, man. This hasn't been done before.
3, 4. Let's see. There we go. What do we got? Blue key. Thank you. I want to do something with this green fire. I can't do anything with it. Can I suck your soul? Your soul is mine.
Your soul is mine.
You know, I was thinking, aesthetically, this game would fit with Mortal Kombat pretty well, actually.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, I could totally see, like, Shang Tsung in this game, you know. Especially, like, after Mortal Kombat entered the 3D era, where they started, like, pulling in more influences from fantasy and history and stuff, like more armors and things like that.
Yeah.
Where was that blue door? I think it was behind us.
It was somewhere down there, yeah.
I think it was here-ish. Yep.
As you learned during the Neo playthrough, I have a bad sense of direction, so when it comes to directing you, I can't help you out much there, to be honest.
I was mostly, just kind of talking to myself.
Okay.
Oh, this is the gate that he's... So this might actually...
Man, this dude is a piece of shit.
I know. They were not trying to humanize this historical figure at all.
Oh no.
And if anything, they demonized him.
Yeah, yes.
Uh-oh. What's wrong with Kaede?
Oh no! I can feel some bad winds approaching. They hit me with the evil beam.
Can't you see? He's not wearing the right armor?
He is not wearing the right armor, that's true.
Well, don't worry, it's not gonna have some kind of what do you call it? Star Trek-esque moment where she has to figure out which one's the right one.
Oh, okay.
You have to kill both of us for the good of the world. So now, as per Resident Evil tradition, we
hand off the playable character.
Yep. So yeah, this is where she's got an expendable long-range weapon in the kunai. And this is where the Shinobi kit comes in play. So she's obviously more of a quicker type. She's got this, which makes her very good at dodging. So we're gonna have to wrap it up soon, or at least the share play is.
Yeah, for sure. That is something we're gonna have to take care of.
Let me just quickly check. 7 minutes. We're okay. At least okay enough to
find the save one.
Yeah, which should be just beyond this door here, because this leads us back to the main hall. I'm just gonna do a dispatch these guys. Oh wait, you know what? Actually, it's pointless now. So she has this thing that she finds that we'll see later. It's like a little necklace that lets her collect the souls, and then Samanosuke gets those souls.
Oh.
So that's when the fighting is really gonna be more, have more point to it. For now, I think this is as good of a place as any to call this sesh for Onimusha.
That sounds about right.
It's, what will happen to Samanosuke? Who is this imposter?
Who is his new evil brother?
Find out next time on Onimusha Z.
Hell yeah, brother.
Alrighty. So this was okay, I was like, okay, are we recording? We are recording, so.
Yeah. Oh man, oh god, no, oh no. that would, oh man.
I would.
No, you're fine, man, you're fine.
Okay. Alrighty, so we will join us next time when we play a game set in Feudal Japan where you have to fight demons.
Yes.
We'll definitely be doing that.
There is a 10 out of 10 chance that will be what we're playing next.
Yes, where you get to wield samurai swords and bows, and maybe even find a gun.
Oh, guns? Hang on a moment. Oh, this is getting interesting.
Yeah, he had the bullets, right? That's what they're used for.
Oh, gotcha.
Alrighty, so with that though, this is Eric.
This is Matt.
And we are 21st Century Arcade.
We definitely are.
Coming at you from the apocalypse.
That's right. Take care, folks.
Cheers.